Yeah! Okay, great. That was The Call of Cthulhu by the greatest band of all time behind every other metal band that I like, Metallica, off of their 1984 album, Ride the Lightning, which of course comes between Kill 'Em All and Master of Puppets, which is called by that metal site that I like so much, blabbermouth.com, the greatest metal album of all time, but that's in no particular order, of course. Anyway, this is the greatest radio show of all time. It is called Metorahca. Yes, it is a pun. I will let you figure out what the two are. Okay, I'll tell you because you're too stupid. It is Metallica and Torah together because it's metal and Torah. So this is the first Parasha ever, which is, of course, my favorite Parasha, in no particular order, of course. And, yes, let's see what we got this week. So, let me read this for the first time. Okay, I've read it. So, this week we get into Bereshit, Parasha Bereshit, which talks about creation. Now, this is a very interesting topic. We dealt a lot with by philosophy. It's basically that the world was created in 6 days and God, for some reason, decided to rest on the seventh. What a noob. But we get into an interesting part where it talks about the creation of man. And it says, in one pasuk, Vayomer Elohim na'aseh Adam, B'tzalmeno kidmu tenu. Ve yirdu bidgat hayom. Uv'of hashemayim uva behema uvechol haaretz uvechol harometh al haaretz. Okay, so what that means is, and God said, let us make man in our image. Our referring to the angels, unlike the Christians who think it's Jesus, noobs. And as our likeness. They shall rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and over the guile of animals, the whole earth, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. That's creepy. Anyway, so there's this question about what does it mean to be Betzelem Elohim, as it says Betzal Menu. Well, let's continue the paragraph. Vayevara Elohim et ha'adam Betsalmo. There's that word again. Betzelem Elohim. Bara oto zeker nakva bara otam. Okay, so what does this mean? This is the indomitable question. Yes, my favorite question to ponder. Now, I've thought a lot about this. Very much. And I've decided to agree wholeheartedly with Rashi, who said, Tselem Dayakan Yotzrohu, meaning, is the image of the semblance of his creator. Dayakan. I have no idea what that means. Now, this is the greatest thing that I get to do. I hardly will ever get to do it throughout the rest of the Parshiot, but I actually get to bring in Aristotle. Yes! He is the fourth greatest philosopher of all time behind Heidegger, Kant, Descartes, and Aristotle. Now, and I meant to say that, yes. Now, the Rambam, in his book, More Nevuchim, which means Guides to the Perplexed, talks about this in his first chapter. And he brings in Aristotle, of course. Why would you have a religion not about Aristotle? He's like the greatest person ever. So, what ends up happening is that the Rambam contrasts the word Tselem and Toar. Now, we didn't see the word Toar, but the word Toar means image, along with Tselem. But the problem is, what does this mean to be in the semblance of God? What does it mean? Isn't everything in the semblance of God? God creates everything. God's in everything. We are everything. Metal is awesome. You know, it's all the same thing. So what ends up happening is that Toar means physical image. The form. Yes, to use Aristotelian language, form. While Tselem means more like the logos, which is a great word. The greatest word of all time, because it is also the derivative of logic, meaning the divine wisdom. What we have the ability, above all other creation, to understand what God wants us to do. We are endowed with this gift, kind of like the angels who are jealous of us, which is why, Rashi explained, they were in on the whole creation thing to begin with. So, you should never think that what it means it to be B'Tselem Elohim means that you are looking like God. There are a lot of ugly people in this world. I am definitely not one of them. I am very, very attractive, but there are ugly people. Are you saying that God is ugly? Are you saying that, now, maybe God is like Dave Mustaine's voice? That would make sense. Dave Mustaine does have a heavenly voice, but there are other people with terrible voices, like Les Claypool of Primus, who has a terrible voice. Are you telling me that he has a voice of God? No. God is incorporeal. Nobody looks like God. No one is in Toar Elohim. We are B'Tselem Elohim. We have the ability to use reason. Yes, reason, philosophy. Those are the most important things in the world. What's the Torah again? God, I hate what? Oh, yeah, Torah. Yeah, the Torah is about philosophy, therefore. And Aristotle wrote it. God. Yes, God wrote it. And Aristotle was very close to understanding of what it means to be in the image of God. It does not mean to be a physical thing. This is why we hate idolatry so much. Yeah. Okay, and with that, now we understand that we are very important creatures because we know intuitively that God wants us to do something holy. And with that, we will play something incredibly holy the rest of the Call of Cthulhu. Or some of it. This is Ariel Kaplan with the first edition of Metorahca. Woo! We will see you next week with Parasha Bereshit, but a little bit more than that. Yes, this is so awesome. Alright, now I'm gonna go play the bass.